2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Our game tonight featuring the Orlando Magic as they go up against the Washington Wizards here in Capital One Arena. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks, Kevin. Franz Wagner was in the Rookie of the Year consideration last year for the Magic. He said there are a lot of reasons for fans to be excited for the future. We've got a lot of young talent, but my job is to be in the now and try to win games. What's helped me so far is focusing on each day at a time. Kevin, back to you.
Well, he is definitely ahead of schedule. David, thanks. Now the starting group for Orlando. The guard set is Fultz and Suggs. In the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Wagner in at the small forward. And for Washington, Avdia in at the small forward with Kuzma at power forward. Bradley Beal is out there with Kendrick Nunn. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 down low. And for Orlando, it's been a tough decade. We would agree on that. And Greg, they've only won 2 playoff games since 2012.
Well, they've only made the playoffs twice in that span as well. So they've got a lot of draft picks lined up in the next few years, and they need to make good on those high picks.
No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Off target with his 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That is his first foul of the game. Kuzma passes to Avdia. And here's Porzingis for a 3. It's rebounded by Fultz. And it's Fultz with the ball for Orlando. Here's Suggs. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. Suggs has got the first points up on the board here for the Magic. Beal finds Porzingis. Kuzma outside. In the corner, Nunn with it. Baseline try, and he nails the jumper.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
Here's Banchero following the bucket by the Wizards. Now here's Beal. 17 points in his last outing. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Beal with the steal. Here's Nunn. And the three off target.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Wendell Carter Jr., Greg, one of the better rebounders in the NBA.
And, Kevin, his numbers kind of sneak up on you. I mean, great job of clearing the glass and getting the break started. Still underrated as a rebounder, but is making a name for himself.
And the first one at the line is good. One thing that can be entertaining at this point of every season is how unexpected rivalries, Greg, begin to develop.
Yeah, teams that might not be traditional rivals have a few heated games early on, and now their matchups become must-see TV. Happens every season.
He hits both from the stripe.
And over the last couple seasons, it feels like the Washington Wizards roster is in constant flux. I mean, from role players to all-stars, guys coming in and out.
Now, here's Avdia. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Banchero passes to Fultz. Over Nunn. Got a piece of it. Inside, Kuzma kicks to Beal. And it's Wagner with the rebound. For Washington, how difficult, Greg, is it to win when your roster changes, as you were just talking about? It changes so much from year to year.
It's really tough. I mean, take Spencer Dinwiddie. He signs a big 3-year deal, traded 6 months later. So when things like that happen, it's so difficult to create chemistry.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Suggs. Shot clock at 6. Here's Carter.
Hey, with that length, Porzingis is always a threat to block shots. I mean, when he matches that length with really good energy and awareness, he can be a good defender.
Wizards trailed by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Beal can't get it to go. So for the Wizards, their last game, a loss to the Knicks in New York. Now, Banchero. Against New Orleans, he was really on his game. Now, here's Avdia. He's defended by Wagner. Nunn wide open. And again, Washington no good. Magic leading by 3. The pass to Banchero. Back to Fultz. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Carter. The basket good off the assist from Fultz.
Hey, for me, the mid-range shot is still one you got to use, so I love seeing Carter Jr., who's more of a low-post guy, knocking down jumpers from the mid-range.
Nice ball movement by Washington. Nunn kicks to Avdia. Trying to end the drought, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Franz Wagner. 2022, Greg, a year for the Washington Wizards with some historic significance.
And it marks 25 years of the Washington Wizards name being on an NBA jersey. A cool moment for the current players who can look back on this franchise and know they're a part of history.
The first one falls. No good on the second free throw.
Well, I tell you what, you look at the youth of the Magic and the talent they have all throughout the roster. I think it's just a matter of time and seasoning before this team takes a really big jump forward.
Now, here's Wagner. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's Nunn. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And you know, Clark, the Magic have collected their young talent in a number of ways.
Yeah, I like the diversity of accumulation, if you will. They've traded for some. They've drafted most. They know when their timeline is. The Magic, I think, have done a really good job with their rebuild.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
A wide open look here for Kuzma. A three-pointer off the mark.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far. Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And the foul called on Porzingis. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's 2 fouls for him this quarter. A third would be a problem.
Passes it to Banchero. Out left to the wing. Here's Suggs. Beal with the block. He's off on that one, and Orlando will come the other way.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
And the 3 ball is good.
Easy look provided by Wendell Carter Jr. Always helps when your bigs can share the rock.
And Beal kicks to Avdia. In the corner, Nunn with it. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Carter, the pass to Wagner. To the left side wing. Here's Suggs. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And stolen by Wagner. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Back to Kuzma to stop the run. And Kuzma slams it in.
Boy, he makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Rising off the ground like that. Kuzma takes a lot of pride, not only in finishing with finesse, but power, too.
Here's Suggs. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Pass to Kuzma. It's tipped.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end.
Pass to Carter. Over Porzingis. Porzingis with the block.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
None, that's good.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
And there's the pass to Suggs. Over Beal. Rebounded by the Wizards.
Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
Avdia, the pass to Porzingis. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
You know, at 7'3", Porzingis is a tough cover, guys. Even when you play him correctly, he finds a way to hurt you.
Wagner outside. Carter on the wing. From deep, Porzingis with the block. Pass to Nunn. And it's Beal in the corner. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
And staying healthy for Porzingis has been a challenge over his career. Not uncommon for players standing well above 7 feet.
And the Wizards making a change here. Gafford's checked in. And the Magic making a change here as well. Wagner's checked in. Suggs kicks to Fultz. Pass to Banchero. Fires for three. Nunn grabs the board. And in New York, even before his injuries, the front office voiced concerns about Porzingis' ability to stay healthy.
Well, the track record for players 7'2" and up, not great. And today's game demands more movement from big men than ever before. Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going. He does not lack for confidence. And he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
Fultz against Nunn. Trying to get something going. Oh, that's blocked. And he stays with it. Count it. And the Magic lead by 4.
With that scorer's mindset, aggressive move by Fultz to create the second chance points.
Pass to Avdia. Gafford against Wagner. Teardrop shot. It's blocked. And so the ball's out of bounds. Wagner touched it last. .153 left in the first. Goes up on the wing. Kuzma can't get it to go. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Magic. They lead by 4. Count the basket.
And hard to throw Banchero off his game. That could have been a foul as well.
Now, here's Nunn. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Knicks in New York.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Wizards shooting just 26% early. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Beal shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. GA, he's asked to carry a big-time scoring load, but Bradley Beal makes his teammates better as well.
And that's an area, Kevin, he has really grown. And his playmaking, when the defense overcommits, you make them pay with the pass.
The first free throw is good.
And quite simply, Beal is an all-NBA player in our league, a multi-dimensional guard who does many things well, especially scoring the ball.
Gary Harris is checked in for Suggs. And both free throws good for Beal.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Wagner kicks to Fultz. Out to the wing. Here's Banchero. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Banchero's got 5 now.
Very aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. 9 attempts already, but only able to knock down 2.
Here's Nunn. And then jammed down, and he goes right over Markelle Fultz.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And no quit. Just keep playing the right way, stay aggressive, and try to battle back.
Fultz, Wagner, and the rejection by Gafford. Kuzma passes to Nunn. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Harris. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
Gary Harris doing a nice job showing you how to go from pilfer to points.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. That's good from Harris.
His improvement each year in the league is impressive. Harris knows his role is to score the ball, and he does it well.
Beal drives in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge for the Orlando Magic. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what do you guys think about the Magic here so far in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Magic leading by 10. Kuzma will step in at the 4, with Porzingis at center. Running at the wings, Beal and Avdia. And it's Gafford in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Wizards ownership has promised to never hit the hard reset button we saw from teams in recent years like the Sixers. But the fact remains that this is a franchise that last enjoyed a 50-win season in 1979. So for the patient, die-hard fans in the DMV, seems the wait for a true contender may take a lot longer. Kevin?
Well, time will tell, David. Thanks. And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Over in the corner, Avdia. Now the pass to Gafford. Avdia kicks to Kuzma. Clock at 6. 14 feet away with the fadeaway. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Gafford.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Harris with it. Now Beal defending. Harris misses. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Washington.
And the Magic have been one of the league's worst offenses in recent years. In fact, it's been over a decade since they've been average in that regard. Drafting a ready-made weapon in Paolo Banchero, they hope can help them take a step in the right direction.
Passes it to Kuzma. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And a player opt-out for Kyle Kuzma after this season. GA probably hoping to earn himself a raise.
Yeah, and he's a worker looking to round out his game and take that next step as he's just entering his prime.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And in the last decade, defenses switching on screens has increased dramatically. Is this the new normal, you think?
Kevin, I think so. I think teams that switch well tend to defend well, because switching can create mismatches, but it's harder to punish those now with all the help defense.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Wizards.
Kyle Kuzma is a guy who burst on the scene during his rookie year and is a fun player to watch. He's a guy that really has an outstanding all-around game.
Here's Wagner. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Wizards trailed by 6. Gibson passes to Porzingis. Here's Kuzma, and he banks in the layup. Kuzma's got 8 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Kendrick Nunn, he's checked in for Taj Gibson. And a change for the Magic. Suggs, he's checked in for Cole Anthony. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Suggs kicks to Banchero. The 17-footer. Porzingis with the block. Fultz against Nunn. Takes a 3. Hits it from 3-point range. 12 points for him. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Wizards.
They've not been passive at all on defense early on. Challenging shots, and it's resulted in a number of blocks.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones. That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give them a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
And it's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
And it's Wagner missing. Now the Wizards with it. They've got a 13-2 run going. Here's Beal, and it's blocked. And it's Fultz atop the key. Pass to Suggs. Here's Banchero. That 3 off the mark. The Wizards have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Carter, he's checked in for Bull. Nunn against Fultz. Outside, Beal. Porzingis can't hit. Orlando trailing here. Carter down low. It's over Avdia. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Porzingis has got the ball. Banchero grabs the board. Banchero's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Hey, somehow, some way, this guy makes these tough physical baskets and just drops your jaw with the way he does it.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Orlando.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Taking what the defense gives them, guys. I mean, the mid-range shot is available, and they're knocking it down from there. I love it.
Fultz, no good on the free throw.
You know, one of the best sights from the NBA in my mind in 2022 was seeing Markelle Fultz on the court again. It was a long road back from his torn ACL, not to mention the issues he had with the frozen shoulder early in his career.
And it's Wagner missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
None, that's good.
Boy, really solid passer at his position. Kuzma is all about doing what's best for the team.
And for a player who relies on quickness and mobility like Fultz, an ACL injury can be devastating.
Well, trust me, I haven't had one, but I know enough guys who have, and it's a tough injury for any player to come back from, a torn ACL. And Markelle had to work extremely hard every day for a year and a half. All credit to him for putting that kind of effort into his rehab so he could get back out on the court.
Wizards making a switch here. Carey's checked in. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Orlando. Okeke comes in for Wagner. Porzingis, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Porzingis has got the lead up to 4 now for the Wizards. On the wing, Isaac. He kicks it to Suggs. And here's Fultz. He picked up 30 points in their last win against New Orleans. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Here's Carey. Pass to Nunn. And it's Beal in the corner. 5 on the clock. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Fultz has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Carey. Banked in off the glass. And it's a 6-point Wizards lead.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start. Finding a rhythm right now.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
The pass to Nunn. And it's off from 3-point range. The Magic trailed by 4. Suggs kicks to Fultz. Poked away. Here's Carey. Outside, Porzingis passes it to Beal. Let's go. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Deni Avdija. That is his first foul of the game. Kispert's checked in for Washington. Then for the Magic, Mo Wagner's checked in for Isaac. Harris comes in for Okeke, and Hampton subbed in for Fultz. Now here's Hampton. He's guarded closely. Good on the triple.
Not a bunch of energy from the defense, which is why he was free to knock that down.
Beal the pass to Kispert. Avdija kicks to Beal. Over Suggs. Beal with the bucket. Beal's got 8.
And this is Beal's role. He's out here to score the ball, and he does it at a high rate.
Now here's Suggs. He's covered by Beal. Suggs with the ball. He's got 10. Great D that time from Beal. Now here's Kispert. Defense right on him. The shot by Beal, no good.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
Here's Porzingis. It's good. 6 points for Porzingis.
Kristaps did not get thrown off by the contact. He's just too big and long, too determined as well.
Hampton with the ball. He's against Porzingis. To the middle. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. And finished off by Avdia.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
A shot by Hampton with no one around. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And the Wizards with possession. It's a 5-point game. Outside, Beal. Nunn passes to Avdia. Kisper with it. Harris is there. And it's sent back by Carter.
That time, Carter's length and vertical paying off. He has tremendous potential as a rim protector, in my opinion.
Beal against Wagner. And that one is good from Bradley Beal. Beal's got 10 points.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Wagner from long range. That one doesn't drop. Now the Wizards take it the other way. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And, you know, one of the things about missing free throws is not only are you not getting points yourself, but it allows the other team to maintain momentum or keep a rally going.
And the basket by Harris.
Boy, with that athletic, muscular frame, Gary Harris able to battle through contact there.
Feeds it to Beal. And he uses the glass on the layup. Beal's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Harris outside. Beal with the steal. Down low. Here's Nunn. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Hampton.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
First one falls for him.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for Kispert. Then for the Magic. Bol, he's checked in for Carter. And Anthony subbed in for Hampton. And so Nunn nails both of them.
Their focus has been sharp tonight. You can see it in one way from the foul line, shooting almost 90% from there.
Pass to Bol. Now Harris. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Harris has got 7.
Really a smooth stroke from Harris on the catch and shoot jumper right there. And I'll tell you what, he makes it look easier than it really is.
Porzingis kicks to Avdia. Outside, Porzingis. Offensive rebound. And Gafford throws it down.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
Outside, Beal from outside the arc. Oh, my! He'll go to the line
Shot's
with a
good.
chance for a 4-point play.
Shot's good.
It's on Jalen Suggs.
Once.
The Wizards have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
One shot.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And so it's the Washington Wizards. Their lead at 15 going in. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The game plan did not work out for Washington in the first quarter. the deficit for them just seemed to grow and grow, eventually reaching the 10-point mark at one stage of the period. The surge they made in the second quarter was almost hard to believe. I mean, this was a team that instantly became unstoppable and now on the verge of a blowout. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Watching that half, they did a great job in transition. It's so hard to score in the half court when you let your defense set up. So anytime you get a chance, go. You go. Kind of reminds me of me in the day. That's why they call me the Jet. Shaq. Get down the court fast as you can. Come on, man.
Looking at Orlando, Shaq, your thoughts?
They're not shooting it well so far. Actually, they've been terrible. But fellas, I got an idea for them. Feed the post. Let the big man eat. Jeez.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We've seen Kendrick Nunn really having a great game.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And so in the game for the Magic, the guard pair for them, Anthony and Suggs. Gary Harris is out there with Bowl. And it's Wagner in at the center. Wizards leading by 15. Here's Gafford. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gafford's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Wizards.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Suggs handling his business so far in this one, really putting the work in on the offensive end.
Here's Anthony, rebounded by Gafford.
And as I watch Cole out there, Kevin, I just love the progression he's made. The young man's put the work in to improve his game and really only starting to scratch the surface.
Back to Barton. Wide open look. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Barton's got his first basket of the night.
It's obvious that Barton's jump shot has come a long way. Right now, he's pretty solid at catching and shooting.
On the way, Harris. He has 7. Count it. Good. Harris has got 9. For Cole Anthony, GA, this team believes in his future.
I mean, he's a competitive kid and knows how to play the right way. And now he understands how to play winning basketball. And that's no bias from me. That's just my analysis.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Anthony looking it over. Pass to Wagner. Barton with some nice D.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Avdia. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Okiki's checked in for Orlando. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Gafford passes to Barton. And Barton is going to throw it down hard.
An outstanding dunker. Give Barton chances to show off a little bit, and he takes full advantage.
And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
That's exactly what a team needs when they're playing from behind. Energetic defense.
Anthony, the pass to Bull. Here's Okeke. From outside, off the mark. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
And we continue to see Beal improve as a playmaker. Beautiful pass there.
Outside Anthony. There's the pass to Okeke. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, Kristaps Porzingis famously earned the nickname the Unicorn for his combination of size and skill. Former All-Star, injuries have held him back, but now a new team presents a new opportunity. KP says, I'm going to take my game to the next level because my body is going to be healthy, and that's it. Well, Kevin, let's hope so.
Absolutely. He has had injuries along the way, but the talent is obvious. David, thanks. Wizards making a switch here. Kispert's checked in. Orlando also making some changes. Banchero comes in for Bull. And it's Franz Wagner in for Okeke. Passes to Wagner. And the foul on Daniel Gafford. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time.
Here's Anthony. No points in the game yet for him. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
None against Anthony. Avdia dishes to Beal. Clock at 4. Washington needs to get a shot off here. A shot off that time. The Magic trailed by 18. Now, here's Wagner. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Now, Nunn to the wing right side. Avdia, the pass to Beal. Shot on the wing. It's hauled in by the Magic. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Wagner kicks to Anthony. The 11-footer, and the rejection by Gafford. Nice ball movement by Washington. Got that bucket in no time at all. Beal's got 5 points now this quarter. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Washington.
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
And the Wizards making a change here. Kuzma's checked in. Fultz, he's checked in for Orlando. Pass to Banchero. Here's Suggs. He's covered by Beal. Poked loose. Stolen by Nunn. It's 2-on-1. Kuzma, a good look. Gets a very good look and converts. 10 points for Kyle Kuzma.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Shoot 2.
Free throw good from Fultz.
And, you know, when Fultz is healthy now, he's a valuable part of this rotation. We've seen him make big strides lately.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And we've seen not only some new trophies introduced, but Greg, some of the existing ones have been updated. You okay with that?
Oh, I am. In particular, a nice touch to have the previous winners etched into the base of the Larry O'Brien Trophy. That's a great way to connect with the history of the game. And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Fultz, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Battles through traffic and lays it in. Gafford's got 14 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
None against Fultz. Makes it off the glass. Fultz has got 4 this quarter.
You know, Fultz handles contact really well for a young player. Excellent at staying under control and then finishing through the contact.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Pass to Suggs. Shoots over Kuzma. And it's Orlando with another.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Now, here's Avdia. He's defended by Wagner. It's blocked.
Wagner, so good with his hands, but he's a smart defender, too. Positioned himself well to come away with that block.
And there's already a loyalty aspect to Banchero's makeup, starting with the tribute to the city he grew up in.
He literally takes Seattle everywhere he goes. You look at the tat on his right bicep. It has the Seattle skyline, Mount Rainier, the street he grew up on. In terms of his character, that indicates deep roots and a solid foundation he can build on.
That free throw, no good.
An elite prospect with very few holes in his game. Banchero can score from all 3 levels, makes plays for others, terrific rebounder, and the list goes on and on.
Porzingis, he's checked in for Avdia. Anthony's checked in for Orlando. And the second free throw, good. Many scouts had Banchero as the safest pick in the draft. Would you agree?
He and maybe Jabari Smith Jr. What separates Banchero a little, he's an elite back to the basket scorer. Those guys have become increasingly harder to find.
Wagner finds Fultz. Banchero with the ball. Just 5 to shoot. There's another block. And that's 9 blocks.
You know he's going to be coming hard for that 10th, too.
Beal against Anthony. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. At the elbow, Banchero shoots over Beal. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
The power behind Banchero's move. The rookie pushes his shot through despite the contact.
For Orlando, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
And the first one drops.
And on paper, Paolo Banchero has so many appealing attributes. His size, build, the ability to find shots. You can easily see why scouts were enamored with this guy as a prospect.
Davis is checked in for the Wizards. And a switcher also for Orlando. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Mo Wagner. Good on both. So it's Washington now. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead.
Watch the screen.
The pass to Beal. Outside, Davis. Porzingis inside. He's defended by Wagner.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Count that one. Wagner's got 8 points.
Staying strong against the contact, playing right through it. Wagner fighting for that finish.
Tipped away. It's stolen by Fultz. And up the court come the Magic on the break. And finished off by Banchero.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Kuzma. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Fultz. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Boy, it's so good to see how under control Fultz is. I mean, even when the defense is trying to rattle him, shake him up, distract him, it doesn't bother that sweet jumper.
Passes it to Davis. Shoots over Wagner. And here we go. Fast break. Fultz has got it. And Davis sends it back.
Oh, good anticipation wins Davis that block. You can tell he's already got a good mind for the defensive side of things.
Martin's checked in for the Wizards. Wagner on the wing. Martin defending from the left block. And it's Wagner getting it to go. He's got 10.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Barton kicks to Davis. Barton passes to Porzingis. In the corner, none with it. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
You know, that's not how you screen for your guys, but ultimately they still found a way to come away with the hoop.
And 1:01 left to play here in the third. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Fultz. Nunn grabs the board. Nunn's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Kuzma can't get it to go. The Magic trail by 16. And here's Wagner. 10 points for him. Count that one. Wagner's got 12 points in the game.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Nunn kicks to Davis. Over to the wing. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed.
And you have to be able to see the floor. You have to anticipate at this level. Davis doing both on that possession.
And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. So both teams making some changes here. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Can't nail the jump. And so it's Washington out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Kuzma will step in at the 4, with Porzingis at center. DeJuan Wright is out there with Monte Morris. And it's Kispert in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Wright dishes to Morris. Shot clock at 5. Over Harris. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron. The Magic trailed by 19. Here's Anthony. And it's Wright sending it back.
Well, he's got such length at 6'5" in the backcourt. Perhaps surprised the shooter there and came up with the block.
Davis is checked in for Wright. Anthony, the pass to Bull. Wagner outside. 6 to shoot. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Off target with the open look. Kispert with it. Defended now by Wagner. Pass to Anthony. Fires the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Back to Morris. Shoots from the line. Again, the Wizards good for 2. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Outside Anthony. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of play.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Wizards. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Kuzma outside. The three-pointer no good.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Morris kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Davis. Morris outside. With the teardrop, it's deflected. And he comes up with the deuce. And the Wizards lead by 16. The Magic have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Anthony down low. Morris is there. Carter. Rebound by the Wizards.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Anthony, the pass to Carter. Over Porzingis. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And that trip played out perfectly for them.
Wizards leading by 16. Outside, Davis. Carter against Porzingis. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
You know, at 7'3", not many guys can defend Porzingis. I mean, especially when he's operating this close to the rim.
Harris against Davis. And the basket by Harris.
And how about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. Porzingis kicks to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And Carter with the basket on the assist by Bull. 8 points for Wendell Carter.
With really clean, simple mechanics, Carter Jr. shoots with a lot of confidence. Not much else the D could do there. Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
And the pass to Harris. And here's Anthony from the arc. Drains the three-pointer. Anthony's got 11 in the second half.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Boy, he's been a different player here in the second half, looking much more comfortable on the offensive end.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Wizards making a switch here. Avdia's checked in. And a switch here also for Orlando. Fultz is checked in. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Wes Unseld Jr. had to say to the team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And Anthony gets it to go.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Passes it to Davis. Over Anthony, and Anthony sends it back. And he recovers it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you love Davis's willingness to sacrifice himself for the play, taking the contact so he can get to the line.
He's off on the first.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Beal's checked in for Washington. Kendrick Nunn comes in for Morris. Banchero's checked in for Orlando. Jalen Suggs comes in for Cole Anthony. So he comes up empty at the line.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Nunn against Fultz. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Washington Wizards. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. The three from Davis. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Fultz has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively. Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Beal fires from way outside. Sinks the three-pointer. Beal's got 10 points in just the second half.
And he's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Wagner with it. Now Avdia defending. Lets it go. It's deflected. And now Beal pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. Yep, that one goes. Beal's got 5 points in the quarter.
And people thought Beal was just a shooter out of college, but he rounded out his game when he learned how to finish through contact.
The shot's good from Carter.
Now that's an old school move right there. A good one, too, the fadeaway.
Now, here's Avdia. He's tightly guarded. Outside for Davis. And it's good for 2. And the Wizards lead by 14.
And he's so good at just fending off contact. Davis embracing and then converting in tight coverage.
And he gets it back. Here's Banchero. Lays it up and banks it in.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Into the lane.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that move.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Pass to Avdia. None with it. Now guarded by Fultz. None. That's good.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Markelle Fultz.
Well, his ability to penetrate in this one has really been something special, making the defense really look helpless as he was able to get inside time and time again. Not that it's easy to stop a guy with his ball skill and agility, but boy, did he make it look easy.
Outside, Porzingis. Here's Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Suggs kicks to Fultz. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Back to Beal. Kuzma outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Paolo Banchero.
Already a skilled interior player. At times when Kuzma is close to the basket, you have no choice but to foul him.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. And so he hits both. And in today's NBA, there are more and more female coaches than ever before. And, Clark, that extends to the front office, too.
Kevin, I think it's a trend that will continue. I mean, the NBA and society realizing that diversity in all of its forms is a real strength. And the growth of the women's game producing some outstanding coaching and front office candidates.
The Magic trailed by 20.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Washington.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And, guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
And, guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Beal.
You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards. Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Wagner outside. Shoots over Avdia, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Avdia. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.